Hey Internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the John Gray Show. This week in Walking Dead has to be one of the most silliest fucking episodes to ever grace the fucking TV, or at least actually grace the fucking series in this case, because as far as I know, there really haven't been too many silly ones to really pop as of late. You know, because everything's been all serious and shit. But for the first half of this, because talking about the series in parts, it's actually pretty fun. And looking at the first half, we have the Rick and Daryl half, and for their half, Daryl is going out on his runs as usual, but this time Rick is with him, and of course Denise asks him to go out and get a can of Orange Crush for Tara, and of course I believe that Eugene gives them a map of a few areas in which that he says that, yeah, you may get lucky because there are people out there who haven't checked these areas. I mean, that they've got the stores, but that there may be a place or two in which that they've sort of missed. So of course, they go out, they check it, and they find a truck. With them finding this truck, they run when they stop at this gas station to go and get Tara's information, or at least get Tara's item. They run into a Mr. Jesus. Okay, I forget his actual name, but apparently Jesus steals the keys from Rick, and then to their little payload truck, and then tricks them into going off into the back somewhere, and then he steals the truck. They hunt him down, they find him. Then they pretty much threaten man to outright, just leave him there as they take their truck all the way back to Alexandria. In the process of him doing this, though, because they tie him up and they leave him out on the road, and then because then after they caught him, he said, "Well, now we need to talk," and all that other stuff, which they weren't really listening to, which I wouldn't either, because come on now, who the fuck does that? We seem like nice people and shit. Then you come and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm about to rob them, and then proceed to fight them. And then after they get you down and shit and get you a gunpoint, now you want to talk. Yeah, talking is done. You stay here. But either way, he breaks from his ropes, hops on the back of the fucking truck, and then pretty much Daryl has to chase his ass around this fucking big ass field and shit. And in the process of him hopping back into the truck to try and fucking steal it, he stops the fucking brake and shit, and then drives the truck into a fucking lake, losing everything. And I was like, God fucking damn it. Jesus, I like you as a character, but man, you fucking up. Your first episode showing up, you did something, you did one cool, which was you had your weird martial arts abilities and your fucking cool ass skills of escape and whatnot. But at the end, but on the flip side of that, you stole from our main characters, and also you tried to drop the truck. And also you kind of dropped the truck into the water. Into the lake. So yeah, that is also bad. On the plus side, he did save Daryl, so I can't really be too angry at him for that. But yeah, that is that. Cutting over into the second half of what is to be talked about in the series. Well, this one's pretty short, or these two kind of coincide, and it is the Michonne storyline with what is going on with her and Spencer, coupled with the Carl and Enid story, or at least whatever Enid is doing with whatever Enid's doing with her leaving and going with Carl. Now, mind you, I understand why Carl is angry, or at least why he's coming off the way he is now, because honestly, Carl's character has sort of changed just a little bit, to where that when he did get shot in the eye, he seems a little bit more, I'd say, defensive, or way more aggressive in terms of how he talks to Enid and how he does things, because really it's not like he really wants to actually really talk about what is going on with him. He's just trying to just make it through his normal day-to-day life now, because of course he's been wounded, he's been scarred, and really it's something in which that he thought that he probably would have, or at least coming from like the kind of background Carl has, he seems to, this probably stroke him as somebody who said, well, now I should have been smarter than that, and some random bullet just came and hit me. So, But then that's when they run into a very specific zombie. And I'm going to leave it off there for right now, because cutting over into the Michonne and Spencer thing, Spencer has been taking walks out into the woods as of late to search for zombies to try and find a specific one to kill. And if you haven't guessed it already from what, if you've seen this shit already, you would know that zombie that they were looking for, spoiler alert, is Deanna. So, of course, Carl and Enid find her. Enid wants to kill her, and Carl says no because he saw Spencer and Michonne walking in the woods earlier. Then pretty much he leads Deanna over to them so that Spencer could kill her, which does kind of end the way how you think it does, in a very sad manner. And I can understand why he was actually sad, because if you think about it, the last thing he did tell his mother was that, when she was alive, their very last conversation was that it was her fault that everything sort of went to hell, and pretty much he blamed her for it, even though really it wasn't her fault. He did blame her for the death of his father and all the rest of this other shit. And then, that did kind of end up like fucking hurting her in the end. So this is a very touching moment. But ending with this finally, or at least with their little story plot, is the fact that how that ends with them is the fact that Michonne asks Carl, like, why was he out there? And he says, why was she out there? And, she's like, it's different. He's like, no, it's not. It's the same. Like, we go out there and we pretty much, have to do what we do, And then she asks him, is like, why didn't he kill Deanna? And he says, I couldn't do it because it should have been somebody who actually loved her to pretty much kill her zombified corpse. That shouldn't be left up to just anyone, And he's like, I would do it. I would do it for you because at this point, Michonne was like a second mother to him. So pretty much I can understand why. So I can understand why, he would say that, and actually saying that. The big news of this episode is that it finally ends the way how people actually wanted it to end. In between Rick and Michonne for like the longest while, to where that they actually become a couple, or at the very least they do get together for a very small time. Where that they both lock hands, kiss, and have sex and all that. But now, mind you, before I talk about this next part, they tied Jesus up. They put him as he was knocked out for a long ass while. They tied him up and they left him in a house. Then somehow he managed to find Rick's house, get in and stand over his fucking bed and watch him and Michonne lay there naked. It's like, come on, man. But either way, that is how this ends. With what is going on into what's going to happen next week, however, it does seem as though is that he's probably going to be their voice of reason of what the fuck is going on with fucking Negan. So pretty much he seems to be their voice of reason there. Now, mind you, that they still don't trust his ass, but not one either. But still, he does seem to be the next course of action as to what is going to happen, in the next part of the series. Also, comic book fun fact: the part with Maggie and Enid, I believe that her and Glenn are actually going to possibly adopt her because again, in the comics, at this point in time, Carl said Glenn and Maggie actually adopted Sophia, a character who is dead in the TV series. But honestly, if you play the video games, you know how that mentality shit works. Pretty much the games and the TV show sort of, the games, how they do their little decision shit. That's kind of how the comics and the TV show works. So pretty much in the comics, Carol is dead, Sophie is alive. In the TV series, Sophie is dead, Carol's alive. And pretty much to sort of fill that adoption role, which I'm kind of getting the feeling that they're going to sort of push in this, is that Glenn and Maggie are possibly going to adopt Enid. So hopefully that happens. I'll catch you guys on the next Jongravesshow Show. Please tell me what you think about this episode down there in the comment section. I'll see you next time. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.